Hello, welcome back to the channel. Our wicked start to the season continues and we're still defying gravity. But today we face two stern tests. First of all, we face the second favourites to be promoted to the Premier League this season. And we have a Carabao Cup third round tie. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 106 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top, and this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you, as mentioned in the preamble, we have the second favourites in the Championship to be promoted to the Premier League this season, Fulham, away at Craven Cottage for Championship Match Day 6, and then we have a trip to Carrow Road to face Norwich City in the Carabao Cup third round. Can we get to the fourth round? We're going to find out in today's episode. We'll bring you up to date with all that's gone on since you were last with us. But don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, you're enjoying the series, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, do all the works. Thank you very much for all those who have subscribed and hit the button and all the rest of it so far. And I'd like to get more of you on board if it can. And don't forget to keep up to date with everything that goes on the channel, all the video releases, whether it be Let's Play, tutorials, shirt videos, etc., etc. Then you can find out what's coming up, when it's coming out, simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, we'll get into it and have a look at what's been going on since you were last with us. I don't think there's been a great deal. Last time you were with us, a 4-1 win against Bournemouth kept our season rolling. A good start to the season. And then we went to Swansea.com Stadium and we faced Swansea City in the Carabao Cup second round, beating them by 2-0. O'Grady Macken from the penalty spot. Ronan Darcy, after 18 minutes, giving us a win over Swansea and keeping a clean sheet, which was rather splendid. Today, slightly different kettle of fish. I think we might be just see how we go. Face Fulham, second favourites, to be promoted. And of course, the transfer window slammed shut today as well. So we're expecting a lot to be going on. And Norwich City, our second opponents, they are obviously at Carrow Road to get to the third round. I'll just check while we're here. Where have we got to? Let's we can sort this. Filtered. EFL Cup. Right, so that's this season. Last season, we got to the second round, knocked out by Southampton. Previous to that, we got knocked out in the first round. And, of course, that's the 3 seasons that we've been in it. So far, we're further than we have ever been before in this competition. Well, I say in this competition, in the Carabao Cup. So anything else really from here in is a bonus, as I would suggest. We're in the wrong season, though, to looking at. That all said and done. As I say, it is transfer window day, and it slammed shut after today. Just bringing you up to date, nothing has happened since you were last with us. We've not had any movement. So it's all quiet as it is at the moment. Nobody in, nobody out. Have we got any irons in the fire? I don't think we have. No, nobody in, nobody out. Obviously, Yale Virginia has been he's been chased down. Nothing updated on that at the moment. Ross County still in after him. They want him for a transfer, but they're going to have to pay the right money. I'm not giving him away or anything less. I mean, he's worth. Let's go in. He's worth up to 800,000. Is that right? Surely not. Surely it's a bit more than that. But he has got this clause on him. which is causing us a bit of a problem. 375,000 minimum release clause. So we hope that isn't going to be flexed. We will see as time goes on, but we want near the 800,000 if he is going to go. And of course, then we would have to bring in another goalkeeper. We do have a backup goalkeeper in can't find him now. Ben Winterbottom, who would have to hold the fort until we brought in somebody else. But as obviously it's transfer deadline day, that would probably only be on loan if we were to do it. So we're going to have to be very, very careful there. Let's have a look at the medical centre. Stefan Adamson out for 2 to 3 months with that torn hamstring. Mika Peters is out for 4 weeks to 2 months with a torn thigh muscle. And Thomas Woodward, not Westwood. He's got a gash lower leg and he's going to be back in 2 to 4 days. Petit, Patterson and Nzingo all coming back from recent injuries. We look at the teams for today's match. Let's just have a recap on where we are in the Championship. Birmingham are top on 13. We're second, also on 13. Millwall third on 13 points, all with a goal difference of 7. I think the next permutation is for goals scored. Birmingham have 15, we have 10. Millwall have 9, all won 4, drawn 1, played 5. Derby County are 4th on 12. Hull City are 5th on 10 points. Then come Fulham, 6th on 9 points. Today's opponents, of course. Drawn 3, won 2 in the league so far this season. Burnley just outside the playoff places. A lot of team on 8 points. Burnley, Bournemouth, West Brom, Middlesbrough and Huddersfield, so they're all on there. Down the bottom, Swansea, Preston and Sheffield United. Sheffield United lost 5 straight, yet to get a point on the board. I don't think there's anything else to bring you up to date with. Obviously we'll bring you the latest on the transfer window before the Norwich game, which is on Wednesday, but let's concentrate on the game against Fulham. We haven't played them before. It's all new territory for us. A trip to Craven Cottage, where it's going to be showery and 25 degrees. They are without Lewis Cook, who's doubtful with a hernia, and Crepo out with a broken lower arm. We've got the aforementioned players out, and we've got 7 players in on trial. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Fulham. Here is the team that faces Fulham in this Championship match day 6. Virginia is in goal. It's G, Olsen and DeBeo as our back line. Johnson and Lawrence playing as the wing backs. O'Grady Mackin between them, albeit he's playing slightly further forward today. Patterson Nzingo is back, albeit he's not fully fit, and Derry is out on the right. Wakachu leads the attack up front. It's Winterbottom, Armitage, Candlish, Holman, Lependa, Franson, Whittingham, Stewart and Jefferson making up the bench. And here we are at Craven Cottage. Paul Warne is their manager. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 today. And we're playing our sort of fairly familiar formation, albeit it's had a tweak today. Let's hope it doesn't bite us in the bottom. Fulham 6th on 9 points. We are 2nd on 13 points. Fulham playing in their usual black and white today. A minute in, we have a free kick. Patterson to Derry. Derry to O'Grady Mackin through to Wakachu. And it's been saved. And it's gone for a corner. He was onside. I thought perhaps he was offside for a minute, but he wasn't. And pulled a save out of the goalkeeper. Patterson, he's pulled this back. And Derry couldn't control it. It's obviously hit at quite a pace. Patterson into Derry. Derry found O'Grady Mackin through to Wakachu. And a good save by Petrovic. Derry with a corner. Another one short. Wakachu to O'Grady Mackin, who puts it in the back of the net. His 2nd goal of the season, and on 22 minutes, we take a lead against Fulham. Goodness me. This worked that again. This time it worked a treat, and Petrovic is beaten. They have a free kick now, 25 minutes on the clock. And I expect Neto to go direct here. He has, but it's gone over the top. Petrovic with a goal kick, 27 on the clock. And that last highlight, it wasn't troubling anybody. Yeah, Virginia made no movement at all. Johnson cuts it inside of Patterson. Oh, my goodness me. Derry is there for his third goal of the season. And on 28 minutes, we take an unlikely 2-goal lead against Fulham. Who was it wrote us off at the start of the season? Was it the media dream? What's it, rather? Bottom of the table. Who are you? And Derry puts that away. Sportian fires this one in. It's sort of cleared. G is going to come out there. And they've got this one in. Odebert. I'm sure he was offside, surely. Goalkeeper don't, but it's well defended. Olsen gets the block. Neto swings this one in. It's headed away by Johnson. He has a whack. I think it was Johnson had 2 attempts at the cherry there. And this was the first attempt, blocked by Odebert. And it says Chow against Olsen. Well blocked. No more highlights in this first half. And we get to half time. We have a 2-0 lead. 6 shots, 4 on target, 1.55, and 63% of the possession. That's a biggie against Fulham at home. They've had 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.82, and 37% of the possession. They are dangerous, and we need to keep them at bay in the second half. 51 minutes on the clock. They have a free kick. Arakovic to take it to Griggs. Arakovic through the middle. And they're through. Chow's in. Chow's going to have a shot. He's got it in off the post. And his first goal of the season. And Fulham on 52 minutes pull one back. Always dangerous, as I said. And they only needed a half chance. Chow through the middle. And who's this here? De Bayo. Should have kept him at bay, really. And with 66 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes. Chlorine and Zingo coming back from injury, and he's not firing on all cylinders today. Plus, he's picked up a yellow card. We've replaced him with Nicholas Franson. The other changes that we've made is Carl Johnson. He's not performing particularly well out on that side. I've replaced him with Kevin Candlish. And James De Bayo, as I think he was responsible for that goal. He's been replaced by Will Armitage. They're coming down this wing. Odebert. Iwobi. Lopez. Iwobi. Odebert. He's going to turn on it. And he's fired it over the top. In fact, Virginia got fingers to that. Put it over the top. And they have a corner. Neto. With the corner. Swung in. It's sort of headed clear. But it's not clear. And Odebert finds it through the crowd. And they've got an equaliser on 69. We've not been as potent in this second half. Somehow or other, they found a way through. Headed clear by G. And Odebert was on it. And it was fired through the crowd. And with 70 minutes on the clock, having given away that second goal for them to equalise. And O'Grady Macken, who is tiring. He's had a good game out there today, but he is tiring. Tom Lependa comes on to replace him as we go in search now of a winning goal. And no more highlights. 83 minutes on the clock now. And we're making a final change. Henry Lawrence is off. Jack Holman is on. 85 minutes on the clock, and that's punched away. Oh, no. Oh. And he's offside. Disallowed. Punched away by Yale Virginia. And, Wilson was offside. And flag went up. We have a corner. Canish fires this one in. It's not found anybody. Derry is there, though. As good as we were in the first half, we've lost out in the second half. Oh, no! Patterson responded to that, but it was a bit thwarted. Can we? Oh no, Neto's got in there, and they're just that yard quicker than us in this second half. Velasco, he's giving him the run, but Virginia plucks it out of the air, and we've managed to draw, and it was disappointing because we collapsed, really. We were so dominant in that first half, lost ground in the second half. Tweaks that they made did come back at us. I think we had one shot on target. One shot and one shot on target in that second half. They really did have a go at us. 14 shots, 8 on target, 1.79, but only 42% of the possession. A draw, I suppose, isn't a bad result on the road, especially at Craven Cottage. But given that we were 2 goals in front and playing extremely well, disappointing we didn't continue that into the second half. Man of the match for Harry O'Grady. 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, and a goal in that game. I'm not quite sure how that's led us, and as you'll see, we were dominant up to the second goal, and then for the whole of the second half, we never had a look in. And a round up of the Championship scores today, and the 3 teams promoted out of League One last season, Birmingham, Derby and Weymouth, top the Championship as it is. Birmingham in first, Derby are second, and by virtue of that draw, having dropped 2 points, we are now down into third place. Derby jumping over us. Birmingham beating Middlesbrough by 4-0. Derby beating Notts Forest by 1-0. And of course, we had that 2-2 draw against Fulham, which was rather disappointing based on the fact we had an absolutely stupendous first half. And I thought we'd probably done more than we needed to do. But that's, I guess, we'll come across those throughout the season. But disappointing to say the least. So that's how it is. Birmingham top then. Derby, Weymouth and Millwall are in 4th place. They are level with us on everything. Just tucked in behind us at the moment. Hull in 5th. Burnley move up in 6th into the playoff places. Bournemouth are 7th, and then come Fulham and Portsmouth 8th and 9th respectively. Coventry, Sheffield United have picked up a point and get themselves off the bottom. Preston drop onto the bottom. So it's Coventry, Sheffield United and Preston at the bottom, and Nottingham Forest, Stoke, Norwich all on 4 points, sitting on the trapdoor. Right, we have 4 days down to the game against Norwich City. It's a Carabao Cup 3rd round tie. We've not played Norwich before in this save, so again, it's unknown quantity. We'll be back on match day with any news. Well, before we have a look at match day round up, the transfer window has closed. Virginia remains with us. So we have 3 outgoings, 3 incomings. In fact, I think we've got 4, but it's not showing up on here for some reason or other. Ross Stewart joined us. Henry Lawrence joined us on a free. Ben Winterbottom, a goalkeeper, on free. Going out, Ronnie Hollingshead, Luca Fletcher, and Paul Johnson all going out. Let's have a quick look at the transfers in. We have brought one other. In fact, I'm not quite sure what that's all about. I think they're the top ones because we've also brought in DeBeo and Derry. The incoming Reece Russell Denny has come in. He's been on trial with us. Can play up the middle of the park here. Can play as an attacking midfielder. Can play as a midfielder, a roaming playmaker. Can also play as a deep line playmaker. And also he can play as a defensive midfielder. So he's versatile in that. It's good acceleration, natural fitness, and all the rest of it. He's not comfortable in big matches, so he'll fit in and probably play around O'Grady Mackin. He's signed a contract until 2032, so he's in for 3 seasons. Currently 3.5-star current ability, going up to a 4-star ability. So somebody that will improve while he's here. Reece Russell Denny, previously on loan at Bristol Rovers and Chesterfield. He come from Crystal, released by Crystal Palace I think it was, who had, I presume, yeah, they bought him off of Chelsea in 25-26. There we are then, to the game against Norwich then. We haven't played them so far this series, but it's the third round of the Carabao Cup. We've gone further than we've ever been before. Can we go further still? Let's go and find out. And here we are, the team that will face Norwich City in this Carabao Cup third round tie. And it's an unchanged side to the side that faced Fulham in the last match. Virginia is in goal and he's staying with us, which is good news. G, Olsen and De Bayo are the back line. Johnson and Lawrence, the wing backs. So Grady Macken playing in that slightly more forward role, which did us well in the first half against Fulham. And I think probably what I should have done at half time, I should have dropped him back into his more familiar role in between these two and tightened that up, close this gap in between the back line and there. We might need to do that if we get in front today. Patterson and Derry are the wide players, and Nzingo is between them. Wakachu leads the attack again, albeit he needs to start putting the ball in the back of the net. Winterbottom, Armitage, Canlish, Holman, Lependa, and Russell Denny, who is put into the mix today, can also play as defensive midfielder and also as attacking. Obviously can play through that middle of the park there, which is rather helpful. Whittingham, Ross Stewart and Jefferson make up the rest of the bench. Here we are at Carrow Road. Weiss is their manager. They're playing a 4-4-2 today. And we're playing our usual formation. Looking to get through to the fourth round for the first time ever. First highlight inside the first minute. Yao Virginia to G. G through the line. Patterson coming back. O'Grady Macken out wide to Lawrence. Lawrence picks it up wide. No body out there. Back to O'Grady Macken. Derry. And Jess Derry puts his fourth goal of the season away. And we have the lead inside 2 minutes. But we've been here before, as we well know. And we need to be able to be as good in defence as we are attacking. Oh, Woodman got his hands to that as well. Highlight from the restart, which is always a worry, of course, as we well know. Humphreys. Dio was cut out, but dear, put it wide. Oh dear, who was that? I'd just like to go back and see who made that mistake, really. Let's go back a wee bit. The ball coming in here. De Bayo again tried to run it back to Yale Virginia, but it was short, and luckily put it wide. We'll actually see it. I wasn't confident we'd see that. It just got his foot to it, but it wasn't enough on it. Inside the fourth minute now, and Nzingo. And that's a ball given away as we try and put pressure on them. This ball launched forward. It's headed on. And Olsen should tidy up. Pump forward. And Wakachu brings it down nicely out to Lawrence. Lawrence through to Nzingo. Nzingo puts it away. And he's got his second goal of the season. He's back. And inside 5 minutes, we have a 2-goal lead. And is it now the time to drop that player back a little bit? Be a bit more speculative. We've started this game as pretty much we started it against Fulham. They have a corner, 21 on the clock. We haven't done anything with our tactics for now. This one out wide to the edge of the area. It's back to Cantwell. Oh, and it's gone in. Sousa scores. And they've got one back, and maybe we will do that tactical change. I think it's causing us a problem. Mind you, this was from a set piece, and we didn't defend it well, and it fell to Sousa. Got a deflection. Deflected off De Bayo. Lawrence with a throw in on that far side. Half an hour on the clock. We have made that tactical change. I don't know if it's going to make any trouble. De Bayo to Lawrence. Lawrence finds Derry. Derry into the area. And it's put away by Wakachu. And we've got 2-goal lead again. De Bayo. Lawrence finding Derry, who moved into space, and Wakachu was onside. Lawrence with a throw-in on that far side to O'Grady Macken. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence chips this one in. Looking for Patterson, and it went over the top of Patterson, but Patterson will tidy up. Patterson to G to Nzingo. Cross it in. Oof, and Wakachu missed it. Deary me. Would have gone 4-1 up. That would have possibly good night nurse for Norwich, but as it is, G over the top to Nzingo, and Wakachu missed it. And no more highlights in that first half. Norwich did definitely come back into that, but we have wrestled possession back, and I wonder if that's because we've dropped O'Grady Macken a little bit deeper. Seems to catch them cold early on, but as they work out what's going on, seems to get back in the game. So it's a tactic that we're going to have to use a bit sparingly, I think. Maybe one that we use a little bit later in the game. Sit deep to start off with, then push it forward a little bit, especially if we're not getting the breakthroughs or whatever. We've had 7 shots, 5 on target, 1.80 and 57% of the possession. They've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.89 and 43% of the possession. And once again, we've picked up an injury in that first half. Nzingo's just back from injury, has picked up another knock. This time it's a knee injury, and we've had to make an enforced change. And it looks like Russell Denny is going to make his debut in that attacking midfield, centre midfield role. Let's see what he can do. One change at half-time, 46 minutes on the clock. G cutting out that attack. Patterson through to Derry. Derry holds the ball up. Lawrence is there. Lawrence inside to De Bayo. Russell Denny. And his first shot just wide. Bayo with a free kick, 48 on the clock. And that was a bit of a lacklustre. De Bayo's not been particularly good last couple of games. It's a few mistakes. Derry. Near post this time, and it's headed away. Wakachu cuts it back to O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken has Lawrence there as the last defender. Lawrence, he's going to hold the ball up. He's got Olsen in support. Olsen goes all the way back to Virginia, and we reset. De Bayo. De Bayo. Just realised their kits are slightly wrong, which we need to alter. Put right. G to Patterson. Patterson finds Derry. O'Grady Macken. An advanced state. Crossed into the area. And Russell Denny puts it over the top. Needs to find the target. But he's getting into positions. Lawrence with a throw in. 55 on the clock. Lawrence, De Bayo. De Bayo finds Derry as we come down the field. Derry. Inside. Russell Denny. Patterson. Back to Russell Denny, who has a shot, and the goalkeeper had to put it wide. It's gone for a corner. That one was on target. Derry with a corner. This one near post, and it's given away with a goal kick. And now we're on the hour mark. Headed down, Wakachu, Derry, but he couldn't get there. And it goes back to Woodman. Fires one long. It's headed down. Tujo chips the goalkeeper's come back off the woodwork, and Olsen clears it to touch. Free kick on 68 minutes. Who's standing over it is the question. It's Russell Denny. He has a go. And with virtually 17 minutes on the clock, we've got tired legs out there, and we've had to make 3 changes. Billy G is off. He's also got a yellow card. We've taken him off, and he's replaced by Will Armitage. The other changes that we've made is we have taken off Grady Macken, replaced him with Tom Lependa. And the other final change that we made is Jess Derry has come off, and Ross Stewart comes on to replace him. They have a throw in on the far side. Not sure those changes have been made yet. And through the lines, it's cut out though. Russell Denny, and Wakachu caught in the tackle, but it's a poor ball. Stewart, Wakachu, back out to Stewart. Changes have been made then. Stewart, fresh pair of legs. He's gone round the man. He's crossed it deep, but Patterson can't keep it down. They have a corner, 75 on the clock. It's crossed in. It's gone in, and they've got an equaliser. I say they've got an equaliser with 3. We were 3-1 up. Sorry. So it's 3-2. I was forgetting that we've got that extra goal, and Gasper. And with 84 minutes on the clock, making our final change, it's Max Whittingham has come on for the very tired Travis Patterson. We're in the 5th minute of 5 added on. Whittingham winning that ball. Lependa trying to get there, and they're trying to get back on level terms. Oh, somebody stop him. Oh dear, this is going to be bad news. No, it's not. It's gone over the top. I think it's gone for a corner though, and its danger is not gone yet. It's swung in. It is headed clear. And I just realised I saw a goalkeeper running the length of the pitch, and I think he come up to try and get the equaliser from that corner, and was desperately running back. We are through to the 4th round. We've beaten Norwich by 3-2, and again caved in a little bit, but goals from Derry, Nzingo, first 5 minutes, 2 up, and then Wakachu after 31. Giving us a 3-1 lead after Sousa got one back. 19 shots, 7 on target, 3.18, 63% of the possession. They've had 12 shots, 5 on target, 1.50 and 38% of the possession. Glory Nzingo picking up player of the match, 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, and a goal. He's had a good day at the office, albeit he is injured. And we come back with the news that Nzingo's only out for 5 to 6 days with a twisted knee, which is good news, if I say so myself. There has been matches played in the Championship. We dropped down to 5th, but we do have a game in hand, certainly over a couple of the teams above us. So a win in those could take us back up near the top, because the top teams have played. Birmingham only managing draw against Stoke, and Millwall beat Fulham by 2-1, so they are on top with 17 points. We're 3 points adrift, but as I said, we can move back up there if we win that game in hand now. Derby and Burnley above us. Burnley just on goal difference as it currently stands. A draw for the 4th round to start the next episode. 4th round isn't until the end of October, so we've got a little way to go yet, but a draw will be before we come back. We're going to play Watford and Luton offline, and then we will come back for the games against Hull City and Huddersfield in the next episode. So please join me for that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series Go in Dutch, as they are released. And new episodes of Bottom to the Top are released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be the episode 107. It's out on Friday. And it'll be games against Hull City and Huddersfield. Can we continue our wicked start to the season? Join me on Friday and we'll find out together. Till then, goodbye.